OKC at the Denver Nuggets. Nuggets are laying 2. Total here is at 225.5. So the best matchup of the night. Now, this is on a night where we have 4 NBA games, NFL Thursday Night Football, also college football, some pretty good games in college football, and this is going to be on my main TV. This line just seems a little bit short. There is no love for the Nuggets in the market. Junior, are the Thunder overvalued?
I think that by basketball nerds are a little bit overvalued, but the market still looks at Denver's name recognition and assumes that they're still at the level they've been for the last couple of years, where they've been a championship competing team, and that's just not really the case. They after the year after they won the championship, which was last year, they lost some pieces that held them across that finish line. And not only did they not replace them, they've lost even more of those pieces again this summer. So they're going to need guys like Braun and some unproven guys to step up. And I'm not saying they can't. Jay, we have this conversation all the time. I'm just playing the number. I feel like I'm getting the better team at a discount, and I just have a responsibility as a capper to listen. I just believe in life. Who am I to pass up on a sale? So, at worst, best case scenario, this is a 50-50 game. At plus 110, that's a break-even percentage of 47.6, which means I hit this bet 48% of the time. I'm in the money. I'm taking that every single time.
See, I give Denver and Utah probably the 2 biggest home court advantages in the NBA. So for this to be a 2.5, you're telling me that right now, as of today, OKC is the much better team and on a neutral court. And honestly, I got to be honest, I'm not buying. And for me, this is more of a wait and see on the game itself. I do like the under 225.5 in this game.
Okay.
Look, it's going to be a playoff atmosphere. Top 2 teams in the West last year could very well be the top 2 teams again this year. Denver and OKC met 4 times last year. All 4 games went under. Nuggets also the top under team in the NBA. Denver plays so slow, the slowest pace in the league. I expect that to continue tonight. Also, I feel one thing. Nicola's pretty fucking petty. These are the games that he's going to peacock in. Much like Embiid against other bigs on national spotlight games, this is that game. Because all off season, all we've heard about is the Thunder. So is he.
Yep.
So is he. If I was going to get to decide it all, I would have to take Denver. I'd have to take a money line. And you do know the one spot that continues to fucking pay cash cow year in, year out, game in, game out, the Denver Nuggets first quarter. That's where I would look to play them. Now, I understand the Thunder have cashed early in games as well, but the money train is the money train. I mean, it's pretty much was an auto bet all last season. You just take Denver in the first quarter because Nikola Jokic doesn't rest the entire first quarter. So I may look to get to that, but I am on the under in this spot. I think it's going to be a slower paced playoff style game. What do you think?
I'm glad you said that because I was going to throw in just another play, even though it's not official for the show. Denver first quarter, Boston first quarter, and last year Pelicans first quarter. Cash in your pocket every single time. So don't sleep on JA's advice because that's definitely a moneymaker for sure. Just to play devil's advocate to what you said about OKC, I would say that OKC looks at Denver not only as the big boys in the West, but the big boys in their own division. And they get very motivated for these games. All 4 games, like you mentioned, went under, which is a playoff-like atmosphere. I can't wait to watch the game as a fan. But I got OKC money line as the official play on the show. And I got OKC plus the points in my pocket. So I'm all over the Thunder.
Yeah, I'm not arguing either play, but like I told you, this is my main screen, popcorn in hand, watching this game start to finish from tip to bell. It doesn't matter. This is the game I want in on. What scares me about what you just said is the fact that I thought the very same thing about the Knicks on Tuesday, and then they got fucking mollywopped, right? Like they just came out and got embarrassed against the Boston Celtics.
Yeah.
Now, Coach, speaking of first quarter bets, Coach actually likes the Celtics tonight, and I got to be honest, I may tail him in that first quarter. He's looking at him laying the 4.5. Now 4.5, as you and I have discussed on fucking numerous occasions, not a number that we typically lay in the first quarter. We want to catch it under a bucket, either 1.5, 2, 2.5. 3 is usually my ceiling. But I
Right.
don't know if I raise that ceiling for a team like Boston, especially against a defense like Washington. Would you?
Yes, because I think that they showed in game one that their motivation is different. They feel like they're not respected enough as champs, which has been their MO. They just haven't gotten enough respect in their own minds in the last couple of years. And I feel like they're on a mission. Washington is a team that has no intention of winning. They are in the Cooper flag sweepstakes. Make no mistake about that.
Sar, what's your thoughts on Sar?
I don't know enough about these international guys. It's like trying to evaluate quarterbacks coming out of college. Everyone acts like they know. We don't know. We got to see him
You know,
play
and it's
first.
funny because we do the same thing year in, year out, right? Where there's one guy that just hits big from an international market, and that, of course, would have been Wemby from France. And then this year, it was all French. The top 10, where they have like three guys from France go, it's ridiculous. The league couldn't have been that fucking good. The national team wasn't that good.
Right, right.
Granted, Wemby is a unicorn, accept that, but don't start looking at these other guys as the first, the third, the fifth, the seventh picks. That's crazy. Crazy.
Yeah, nah. Those guys are. I think that people get confused that certain players' games are tailor made for international rules, and that doesn't always translate to the NBA.
And very few adapt to the physicality and the tempo and basically the talent of the NBA. You know, like, so when you look at a guy like Nikola Jokic and a guy like Luka, they're the exception, they're not the rule.
Right, and if it works on the flip side, right? Like the officiating screws with the NBA guys. Like Joel Embiid was trying to foul hunt in international play the way he did in NBA, and the refs were not
It's
having
not
it.
there. No, it's
They
not
were not
there. It's
having
not
it.
there. No. All right, so he is on the Thunder tonight money line. I am waiting and seeing, but I am on the under in this game. Playoff style atmosphere. Very excited about this game. To this point, this is by far the best game on the schedule, 2-3 nights. All right, Junior, we'll see you back here tomorrow as we lock in for Friday, the biggest card of the week in the NBA, man.